What is going on, beautiful people? Welcome back. It is your boy Blue, and we are here to talk about Microsoft Flight Simulator once again and how it is actually seen to evolve into a weather simulator, which is crazy. Today's video is featuring Mateo Blue, and I'm loving the fact that Asobo and the Microsoft Flight Simulator team are actually already reaching out to other companies, other developers to really make this good. And I think it's a good sign. I think this is a great sign of a long-lasting and successful flight simulator. The fact that, you know, usually in the older flight simulators that are currently out, you'll see the core group of developers, they make the game and they kind of have like a very wide variety of you know, things that they can do. But with Asobo, it's like Asobo knows, hey, we do very well at these things, but let's partner with people like Boeing, like Airbus, like Mateo Blue, these other companies who can give us way better information and can feed into our simulator, you know, because this is their specialty. You get what I'm saying? So I really like the fact they're doing that. It seems that we're not going to need third-party weather add-ons. Now I'm pretty sure we're still gonna get some. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be somewhere where it's gonna fall short, but this is like an amazing place to start. As you can see, they're putting a lot of information, a lot of data into the core game. And that's one thing I've been talking a lot about in our videos, is about the core game and how important it is to make that core, that standard, that base, that foundation as strong as possible, that you don't even, like, people don't get into this game feeling like they have to buy or download third-party add-ons. Now we want them. Yes, we want them, but we want the core game to be good enough that we don't necessarily, you know, it's more optional, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, let's continue weather, man. I love the fact of the detail of the weather they put into this. I mean, they're saying 60 layers of vertical weather data. That is pretty intense. 60 layers. I mean, that's surface all the way up to probably like the atmosphere. So you're getting the jet streams, you're getting the surface winds, you're getting weather everywhere you go. They also mentioned in this video how they're not just taking weather information from airports like METAR data, and this is kind of how a lot of the flight sims have been doing it in the past, is they're taking METAR data of small areas, and they're basically like, all right, well, we don't really know what the weather is in this specific GPS coordinate, but you're closest to Aspen, so we're gonna give you the weather that Aspen has, right? But now Microsoft, or I should say Mateo Blue, has been working with Microsoft to be able to create weather data, or I should say inject weather data into your sim, even for those, you know, desolate areas and places out there in the middle of nowhere that you probably wouldn't find a radio tower or anything like that. So I really like that. You see here so much data being used and being converted into Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, it's amazing, and it's just, I really like the fact that they're showing us all these technical aspects of it, even though we may not understand all of them. But let's just think about it. When it comes to flying, what is one of the most important things when you're flying? Doesn't matter if you're a PPL pilot, if you're an airline pilot, one of the most important things is the weather. We're also going to see they talk about forecasting as well, which is another very important thing. When you're trying to fly from point A to point B, it's very important not only to know the weather at point A, but also to know the weather at point B, so that you can make plans and make a plan C in case the weather at plan B, in case the weather at at B is not, it looks like this. You feel me? So it's good. I think it's really cool. I think it's gonna be able to take our flight simulation to a whole nother level, as all the other features in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And it's just exciting, learning of the details. Another video in the past that we saw showed how the wind changes depending on where the cloud formations are being drawn, you know what I mean, which is pretty cool. It just blows my mind. It really does blow my mind. I can't, it's exciting. I mean, can you imagine? All the beautiful cloud formations are cool and all, but they're also going to act as they should. They should feel as they should, as long as they get the aerodynamics locked down and make that work with the flight model. So they can get all those things meshing, the aerodynamics, the flight model, and the weather data. Like, look at this scene. I mean, come on, man. Come on. Come on. So beautiful. So I'm excited. Man. As well, in this video, we also have some nice new eye candy to show off here in Microsoft Flight Simulator. And you can see this is somewhere. I'm not sure if this is in the Caribbean, Bahamas, I don't know, but it looks amazing. It looks beautiful. You can see some of the very high cirrus clouds up there, and it just looks really good. In this next shot, you can see one thing I really do like and I'm looking forward to in Microsoft Flight Simulator is the fact that you can be in one city, and on one side of the city it may not be raining, and on the other side it could be raining, because the weather data is like, again, that complex. But here you look in this screenshot, or it's actually a video, but a screenshot, you see like it looks like there's precipitation coming down right in this area right here in the middle of our screen, kind of coming out here to the horizon-ish. But right here in the immediate area right ahead of us, right in front of us, it's not raining. You know, it's like the rain hasn't got there yet, or maybe the storm's going around it. I know here where I live, that happens quite a lot. Like, you may get, you know, scattered showers, and I like the fact that you can actually see scattered showers. You may have half of the airport raining and half the airport's not raining. That's something that happens in real life all the time, and you don't see that a lot in the current flight sims, depending on the weather, you know, system that you use. But I like it, again, that this is part of the default. And in this next shot, man, something I had a big question on recently was snow. And again, this doesn't tell us too much, but I am wondering, is this city always snowy like this? I don't know what city this is. You guys could probably tell me. But one thing I have noticed, if you look really closely, you see there are like the buildings actually kind of have snow on top, which gives me the thought that maybe if it were not snowing, or not snowing recently, maybe we would see these buildings regular, like maybe they would not have snow. So again, I'm kind of wondering about the whole seasons thing. How does the snow interact with the ground? Will it cover it, you know, when it's snowing, or right after a heavy snow, or will it be kind of like where it snows and just dissolves? You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering. It's a question. I mean, right here we see a beautiful scene of a whole city and the outskirts of the city being covered by snow. But it's not snowing currently. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Would love to know more about that. The water looks amazing as well. Also, check out this transition from day to, like, the sun transitions to the top left. Oh my god. Love it. And again, flying through this area right here, you can see multiple versions of the weather, how it can look completely different every time you come back here. Look at that. Here's a beautiful night shot here. You can see the reflection of the moon on the water. Really nice looking. You can see, actually, you can kind of see the moon's light shining on the clouds. You can also see the city lights reflecting off of the clouds as well, if you look very closely there. So it's really cool effect. And I'm pretty sure if they took this video or picture from higher above, it may look even different. Or if it was an overcast day, you may not see the lights at all. So really curious to see how that works later on, but that looks really cool right now. And I mean, come on, this storm looks mean. I'm pretty sure they showed this video before. I think we've seen this before, but storms are huge, man. Like, we're just we're just small. We're a small, even in the 747, you are just a speck compared to these massive weather systems. You actually see these nice white clouds up at the top, and you see these dark clouds who are already just raining down on you at the bottom. And then you can also see the shadow coming off from these clouds down here through the hills and the valleys and the mountains down here. Very nice. Another beautiful shot here. You can see some low overcast clouds. There's a rainbow, so that it either is raining somewhere nearby or just finished raining or about to rain. You also see another layer of clouds above that. Can you imagine flying your, I don't know, Bonanza or 737 departing out of LaGuardia, flying through 3 layers of clouds? Again, 60 layers of weather data coming in through Microsoft Flight Simulator, and it's going to call for some beautiful sights. Now, this is another scene I really wanted to take a closer look at because it looks gorgeous. It's exciting to see the beautiful reflections of the water on the ramp surface here. I think this is Aspen, but I'm not sure. You can also see in the trees how it has like a little bit of snow in it. It's not completely white, but you can kind of see how the snow is melted, even though it is still snowing right now in this shot. Also, the grass is covered with snow completely. This looks amazing. Looks great. Looks really impressed by this shot. If every airport were to look at this detail, especially the small ones, because I see a lot of times flight simulators neglect the small regional and small little country airports, backcountry airports, and I think there's a big market for that. A lot of people love those. I know I'm one of those people who love flying into smaller airports. I like the big ones too, but I like flying in smaller airports. But look at this, just looks amazing. I'm hoping to see this quality all across the board, by default, baby. Here's a nice low angle shot of a city with a overcast sky behind us. Looks like it's probably at dusk. If you really think about it, we haven't seen a lot of images of cities from down low, mostly from up high, which I assume is probably trying to mask out some you know, just, you know, some things that are not as nice looking. If you look really hard though on the left, you might not be able to see it on my screen, or there's like some rain coming down there in the distance. But it's pretty cool. It looks pretty good. Night lighting looks pretty good as we know already. But pretty excited for doing some nighttime flying. And this shot here of a ramp agent walking in the rain, I mean, wow, look how realistic that looks. That cone, reflections on just that cone look amazing. And then the person walking as well looks really good. Like, it's not one of those really weird stick figure 3D people models. Like, it looks like a real person walking down over to that plane over there. It looks really good. And another thing I like is the fact that there's still, even though it's overcast, even though it's raining, there's still a crack in the clouds somewhere off to the top left of the screen where we're still getting nice lighting coming in. Like the storm is probably on its way out, or maybe it's just like one of those small isolated storms and it's coming through. You also see the rain coming down. Looks really good, man. I'm loving how rain looks in Microsoft Flight Simulator so far. And also look at the water droplets bouncing off the pavement. It looks incredible. Anyways, guys, if you want to see the original full video, I will link that down in the description. Thank you guys for watching and listening to my opinions and rants and whatever the heck it is. Until next time, guys, I love you. Remember, you have 3 choices. Give up, give in, and give it all you got. Peace, love, and God bless you. I will see you guys next time in the next video. I'm out.